Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman,
Hi guys, I'm Anastasia Hollis, better known as Coach Ace.
and welcome to Ace of Rich Freedom by Design. Today we're going to be talking about network marketing tips and how you can actually build your network marketing business without struggle and have a little fun at it as well. So guys, if you're new to the channel, we are Ace of Rich, and we've been on the internet since 2008, former network marketers coming online. And I can tell you that if you want to get more great content like this, great information, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Give the thumbs up, smash that likes button, and click on that notification so you don't miss any of our latest updates and latest trainings, which is amazing, and a lot of people are getting a lot of benefits from it, okay? So, guys, with that being said, let's get started with the content.
All right, cool. So, how many of you actually feel that when you're told in the network marketing business of yours by your sponsor that you have to prospect, how does that make you feel when you're told that you have to prospect? Want to hear from the actual audience members here who are actually in class watching right now. How does it feel to prospect? Be honest with yourselves. Tell me, do you really enjoy prospecting? Because in network marketing, our upline is taught to prospect. And then we see a lot of people, a lot of industry experts, put out books, put out scripts, put out videos, trainings, workshops. I mean, you spend thousands of dollars just to learn how to dialogue and communicate with people. And even in the it starts off in the offline, sector where you're offline and
Yes,
you're going
yes.
to public places, or if you're at a gathering or a group of people and you're surrounded by them, and then you end up talking about your business opportunity, or you start talking about, the product that you're selling or the service that you're selling. How do you really feel that that's a doable thing, that prospecting is for everybody? In my opinion, prospecting is not for everybody. And I'm sorry,
it's
just
not.
it's really not a duplicatable thing. And I don't want anybody to ever believe that or someone tell you otherwise. It is a learned skill. Prospecting is a skill set of sales, okay? Bottom line, prospecting is taught. It has to be mastered. It has to be practiced. It has to be done consecutively every single time an opportunity does arises that you do meet with a potential customer or when you're talking to them.
Right. So now, we're talking about Facebook here. So let's think about this for a second. So now we can prospect on Facebook. Now, it does make it a little bit easier to prospect on Facebook.
Social media.
Exactly. Some people, unfortunately, they say, no, it seems like it's a little bit harder. In reality, it's not. It is easier, okay? But like you said, you still got to develop that skill set and figure out exactly how it's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a really short live today and show you the steps, exactly what you need to do to understand how to dominate your prospecting for your company.
Right.
Okay?
We're going to highlight a couple of very important details and tips that are going to help you actually get better at your prospecting utilizing social media platforms such as Facebook and other social media platforms, because the principles still apply. But if you want the full onset of training on prospecting, then the link is available in the description for you to get more information on how to be trained on that. So, Rich, let's get started with that.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to talk about what is the most important thing when you're trying to prospect on Facebook, social media. Doesn't matter what site it is. The important thing is, how do you prospect online, right? So what we do is we like to connect with people in the industry. Now, notice I said not go and connect with every type of person known to man, right?
Exactly.
You guys remember that nice little list that they give you, the memory jogger, go after the doctor, lawyer, friend, cousin, aunt, uncle, the list goes on and on and on, all these different professions.
The mailman, the waitress, yeah.
Notice I didn't say that.
No.
What I'm telling you is connect with people in your industry.
Yes.
That is the first thing you need to do.
Write this down.
Okay, this is very important. See, we talk about target market and branding. We've been talking about building your audience, engaging your audience, selling to your audience. But you can't get to that point unless you know who your market is, right?
Right.
So you as a network marketer, you have to look for other network marketers.
It just makes absolute common sense.
It does.
It really is. And in a nutshell, inexperienced marketers don't realize that this is a common sense thing because they've never done this before, hence where they came from. They came from, a mindset that was out of need. They were approached by their friend, or they were approached by, being dragged into an opportunity meeting, and then all of a sudden they got involved with a home-based business offer and, network marketing opportunity, and now they're told, I got to talk to, my friends, I got to put on parties, and I got to really introduce this to them by prospecting. And the thing is, you're leaving so much money on the table by talking to the wrong people. By talking to the wrong people and wasting your time. You need to spend more time with targeted people that are in your niche, like Rich was talking about. People that are already existing in the industry. People who already got their feet wet. People who understand the compensation plans. People who understand how to spend money and invest in themselves. Because they understand in this industry, you do need to spend money to make money.
And the people that are actually doing the best when it comes to network marketing is they have network marketers on their team. They're not going to tell you that, but they have network marketers on their team. When I built my network marketing business in 2009, and how I earned my first 6 figures with that is because I actually recruited network marketers, other network marketers that had bigger influences than I did. So what happened was, as they brought people in, the duplication happened very, very quickly.
Right.
And when that happened, my check went from 200 to 500 to 1,000 to 10,000, 20,000, and so on, right? And and it happened fairly fast. Why? Because I focused on connecting with people in my industry, very targeted. That was my clarity and that was my focus. And that's the same thing that you have to do if you want to build a successful network marketing business.
Exactly.
Now, here's the next step. You want to build rapport, build trust and credibility very fast. Find something in common, all right, that you could build, that you guys could, talk about, that, you guys are into something similar, right? That helps build that trust when you're connecting with somebody, all right? So how do we do this? Okay, we do this by, like, let's say you don't have any credibility. You have credibility by actually teaching yourself knowledge, okay, on the internet, right? And then when you teach that knowledge, people will be attracted to you as you're that leader, okay? People always want to follow leaders. When somebody teaches, and if somebody holds the marker in their hand, are the ones who are in charge and make the most money.
They're the ones that are
Remember
in charge.
that.
That's
I
right.
learned that from you.
Yeah.
So it's so true, guys. So make sure that you're not afraid to go out there and learn some skill sets and put it into practice and get out there and share value, share content so you can attract more people to you. Thus, talking about other network marketers. Okay, we're keeping this very streamlined, very simple. That's who your target market is. So once you start, building a little bit of trust, you start having that conversation, you start, building that rapport. Okay, transition the conversation about the business. For instance, ask questions like, "Hey, how long have you been in the business for?" That's going to let you know the kind of person that you're talking to immediately, right? So, for instance, if somebody says, "Oh, I've been in the network marketing for over 5 years or 10 years," and you got someone on your hands that network marketing, have some experience.
They have some experience,
right? And if they're in the game that long, then they've got a good head on their shoulders.
Absolutely,
okay?
yes.
So, and if they say, "Well, no, I just got started, I've been in a few months," then this person's new, and they're still trying to figure out their way around, the industry.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Yes.
And it really helps when you ask this question. How long have you been in business for?
And that's the thing. You have to pre-qualify the people that you talk to. Yes, even existing network marketers, because not many of them are actually want to be honest with themselves. So what happens is when you go through that pre-qualification process, which is you in dialogue with them in a chat messenger in Facebook, and you're spending about a good 5 minutes of just getting to know them, giving them, just enough information about who you are, your backstory a little bit, and then what we call transition is you transition into how you could be of service to them. Not all about your product, not all about your business, but what is it that's that one hole that's in their boat that you could actually fill? That's what you're looking for when it comes to transition, is you're looking for that hole that's in their boat that you can fill and plug up, and that's when they become responsive. And they'll tell you what's wrong with them, and you may never know. Maybe your product or service would be a good fit. Maybe your other affiliate offer that you have probably would be a good fit too.
So what is this transition? How can we get to this point when we're communicating with people? Here's a good question, okay? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Tell me more about it, right? Because you want to ask them, like, how's it going with it? Are you enjoying it? Are you psyched? I mean, what's going on?
How's your results?
Yeah. How's your results?
I always ask that question.
Yeah, how's your results? But I like to ask first, are you enjoying it?
Oh, of course, yeah. But when you go into dialogue, I go right into, how are your results? How long you been doing this? Are you having fun with it? Do you love it?
And then here's what happens. They start, coming out with the pain, the problems, or success. It all depends who you talk to, right? And then all of a sudden, when you start getting more answers from the questions that you're asking, you'll start going down a little bit more personal, right? We're going to start getting a little more personal here, because the more questions you ask, the more they can open up to you. Because people love to talk about themselves when you ask the right questions.
They do, and you have to learn to listen, and it's kind of difficult for some people who are not really around text messages a lot, so they can't really tell what kind of emotion is attached to those words. So we as humans, we can respond when we're talking to somebody face to face, and we can see their emotions when they respond.
Yeah.
But online, you're looking at text messages. We automatically know that with text message etiquette, if somebody writes in all caps, they're angry, they're shouting, right? So if it's all caps, they're definitely getting their feelings out there, and you can definitely get a clear message that they're upset about something. But if they're typing in all lowercase, and they're really calm. If they're typing in all lowercase, and you didn't know this, but if they're typing in all lowercase and they're not using that much punctuation, they're really calm. They're at a calm state.
I knew that.
Yeah, you did know that?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I knew
So, and you spend enough time with people, you'll get a good sense of familiarity with what kind of person you're talking to. If they're so quick to, well, how much money are you making? That automatically will tell you what kind of person you're talking to.
Yeah, the mindset.
The mindset.
So what do we do now? I mean, where's the next step? And this is the final step, guys, okay? Is that you want to offer solution, through your products and services, what problems they're having. Because when you get more personal, they start to reveal the pain to you, the problems.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh, I've been trying to, get people in my business, and it's just been a struggle, and it's been really, really difficult. And I'm like, well, tell me, how do you feel about that? Does that frustrate you? And even more, they start to reveal, yeah, that does frustrate me, because I was told to do this, and it's not working for me. Well, and this is what I say. I said, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. There is a better way for you to build this business, and I can show you, right? And then now we're starting to change the conversation more into like, okay, so what do you do, right? And people start to be more curious. Okay, because here's the thing, guys. People love to move away from what? From pain into pleasure.
Yes.
So if you can get them away from that pain into pleasure, they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready, okay? So offer them a solution, to their problems, okay, and their pain by providing the products and services that you provide, okay?
That's right.
It's going to help solve their problem. Like, for instance, right here we have a link below that you can click on. It'll take you to a page, and guess what? It's going to talk about the network marketing lie. Yes, there is a big network marketing lie out there, and people are going to want to know what it is. They're going to want to uncover that, right? And when they find out, they're going to be like, oh my God, I never knew. I wish somebody would have told me this early on instead of wasting all my time, right?
Exactly.
So when you focus on offering solutions to people's problems, then you're solving their problem by pulling them away from pain into pleasure.
Yes. Don't be so quick to, when you're dialoguing in your messengers, in your social media chats, straight to the close, because you're not really a closer. You're not experienced in that field. All you're trying to do, your main goal, is to pique their interest just enough that they ask you, what is it that you do? Yeah. And you literally can say, well, if you like, I can send you info. You don't go like, would you like my link? Too direct, too straight, right? That's like kissing on the first date. You got to make sure you're building some kind of rapport first and getting like a permission-based, permission marketing is what we call it. It's permission marketing. So you want to wait for them to get to a point where you're giving them just enough value that they'll just say, wow, you're really sharing so much stuff that I could never heard before. I like to know more. And so they're going to give you permission by indirectly them saying to you, what is it that you do? Do you have a link? Do you have a website? Do I have get some more information? And you're like, sure. You see how much of a better conversation that is to have?
Yeah, we have conversations like that all the time.
All the time. But you guys got to have practice. You got to practice it.
Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to take Q&A now, all right? We want to make sure we start shortening up these lives a little bit, make it a little bit shorter, straight to the point, so that way we can spend more time with some Q&A. And we're going to try to make this live from now on more like, 30, 35 minutes. So that way we could, get the content out there and get the Q&A. And that way, because if it's too long, your attention span starts to drift. So, all right, guys. So, any questions about?
Let's look at the comments.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, let's look at the comments.
Any questions on what we talked about here at all? And before we do, let me actually. Hi, Felicity, Priscilla, Jane, Raina. Hey, Minnie, how you doing? And let's see, Tracy Lee, what's happening, buddy? All right, cool. So now we are ready for Q&A, guys. And Q&A, comments, concerns. Anything that you want to talk about, let us know right now. We have 15 minutes on the clock, and we can actually take some Q&A.
Tell you from my opinion, from my own opinion and experience, I don't like to prospect. I really, really don't enjoy it. It's not fun for me.
No,
at all.
I tried it,
Yeah.
and me personally, I can do it because I've done it,
Right.
but I prefer not to.
Right. I'm good at it now, but it took years of failure just to really get that point, because you have to study people over and over. When you practice different people, different strokes for different folks, you just never know.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, everybody's
absolutely.
different. It's unpredictable out there when you do prospecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially you go out there and you're talking to a stranger, or, even if someone knows someone, it's still kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's just, for me, it was weird. I mean, I still did it,
Yeah.
and I could still do it, but I just prefer to find people who are on the same wavelength as me.
And when you
Okay.
taught me that, it was a lot much of a
It's an aha moment.
fun business
It was,
to build.
You had a
Yeah,
aha moment.
much fun
Yeah.
business to build for me versus having to go seek strangers and talk to them offline and try to build a conversation. And that night when I try to go to bed, I'm like, I don't feel really easy about this at all. Something feels strange. Something's totally off.
Yeah, because it's a better conversation to have when you're both on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
So
mean?
what do we have here for questions or
Let's
comments?
see here. Felicity Long says, I am getting better at knowing what pains people are talking to me about over text now. Good.
Yeah, that's it. Very good, Felicity. Yes.
Awesome.
Keep it going. Keep dialoguing with new people on social media. You're going to meet a lot of great people. You're going to read, and this is what Jim Rohn likes to say. You're going to meet a lot of interesting people because you'll have some good, you'll have some bad, you'll have some weird ones, you'll have some really out there ones. I mean, there's a lot of different people, different strokes
Yeah.
for different folks. But the best thing to do for you is always keep your posture. Always keep your posture. Remain positive. Stay in a good frame of mind of positivity and keep your posture up, because you never ever want them to control the conversation. You are the one in control of that conversation.
But how?
So by
How-
leading with the questions.
Right. The more questions you ask,
Yes.
the more that you control the conversation.
Yes. Yes.
When they start asking you questions, it starts to shift.
It starts to
right?
shift. Yeah.
So if you ask more questions, you get better at asking better questions,
Right.
then you'll get a lot out of it.
It's kind of like if you let them do that, they're taking the power away from you,
Exactly.
and you don't want that to happen.
Let's see here. Raina says, so many people either want a relationship or trying to pitch me, or I find myself having a digital pen pal.
Well, here's the thing, Raina. To be utterly transparent with you, when it comes to social media, it is about dating. Think about it. Everybody on social media is looking to connect with somebody, a friend, or trying to build a relationship. So you are going to run into a couple of people that are like that because they think it's a singles network. Okay? They think it's a singles network. It's all about dating. The cool thing about being an online marketer is you can bypass that with just the right questions. You can find the right people based on their profiles. You have to do a little bit of research and a little bit of studying, but you want to check out their About Me section to make sure that you're talking to the actual right person. Most of these people will have actual descriptions on their About Me section that says that they're either entrepreneurs or they're involved in network marketing. So that will also give you a hint and clue. And if you're familiar with the industry in itself, you might know some of the company names, because a lot of the people that are involved in network marketing are typically direct sales professionals or people in MLM, and they will have the name of their company in their About Me section. So that right there is another giveaway that will let you know that that is the right person that you should be talking to.
Exactly.
But if they have something like, I'm into church and I'm out of Nigeria or Kenya or and then they're like, and you look and there's like a whole bunch of religious stuff on their wall. I've seen this before. They're the ones that are hungry for a date. They're the ones that are hungry for a date. They try to play the religious thing and it doesn't work. I already caught on. I got their MO. I got their number. You know what I mean? You know right away if that person is serious or not. And all you do, Raina, is simply unfriend or delete or block them. That's it. You're the one in control. You don't have to connect with those types of people.
Hi, Di Robin. How you doing, guys? Welcome.
Hey, guys. Jason, how you doing?
Let's see here.
Does that help, Raina? Felicity, yes? Felicity says, that's her question right there. You see Felicity's question? No. right above.
Above?
There
Yeah.
you
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
Felicity Long says, my question is, what do you do with the people that consistently coming back and saying, I want to join you, but then disappear and you don't hear anything and never join up, but still keep saying, I'm stuck?
Those are the people that are not willing. Okay? I have a model that I live by. I work with the willing and the living, not the dead. Okay? So when it comes to talking to people, you can point them to your offer. They can click on the link. They can spend money and swipe their credit card. It's up to them to take action. It is not your responsibility to be Mother Goose. You
Ain't
don't
that the
need
truth?
to you don't need to baby them. You don't need to, do everything yourself to try to help them become successful. It is their responsibility. Let's face it. They're big boys and girls. They're adults. They need to learn how to do stuff on their own. If they don't take action for themselves, then that is not the right, proper, quality type of person for you and your business. Remember, in this business, we do cherry pick. We have to. We have to be very selective of who we work with. And if you find people that are wasting your time, that's it. They got to go.
Move on.
You got to let them go.
Yep.
I've cut off so many people that have done that to me, and it was because I had a great mentor who actually guided me in the right direction from, always babysitting people and trying to help them all the time. And it literally is a time suck. It's a time suck.
Years
And being
go
a
by real
leader,
quick.
you can't demonstrate leadership by babying people or mother goosing them all the time. You can't make people successful. It is their responsibility. So when people are buying from your products, and then, you know what? Let their efforts and actions demonstrate that they're real, that they actually want this. When you start seeing them show up on your leaderboards and things like that, those are the people who you want to go back to and talk to them. If they're not showing up, if there are no names, then leave them alone. Let them go.
Exactly. Now, also, I know who this is. Di says, I will tell you from experience, don't be Mother Goose, as Ace calls me all the time. Laugh out loud.
I have caught you. She's
Mother Goose, Mother Hen.
Mother Hen, Mother Goose. Yeah, definitely. We can't go to everybody's beck and call. We can't babysit. We can't, because what that does is a total time suck. It takes away from what you need to do as far as being a business owner yourself. Not everybody is equipped to do this business, and not everybody qualifies to do this business. So even if they spent money, that doesn't mean that they qualify. Even if they put money on the table and waved it around and said, I'm ready to sign up, I'll get to the top part of their level, or I'll buy the biggest product package, inventory package, all the makeup, all the juices, all the whatever. They buy the home business kit. It doesn't matter until they start showing work and some elbow grease and getting in the game and start showing that effort, then I'll talk to you. But if you're not doing anything and you're just watcher bees and you're just watching me and then later you want to be me, that is a problem. You don't really belong here.
I was just laughing because I'm thinking I should have used that one for the title in the video.
What?
It's like, why you should be working with the living and the willing and not the dead.
Oh, yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, I think I might change the title. That's funny. Oh my god.
It makes sense, doesn't it, guys? It does.
And Felicity said it's a time suck. Yeah, it does. It really is. Tracy Lee says, what is the best way to get to let just regular people that internet marketing might be good for them?
You're trying to convince regular people. Regular people are not a good fit. Average people are not a good fit for this. We want people, you want to go after people that are a little bit experienced or have some kind of an inkling, idea about what network marketing is.
Is Tracy Lee in our MLSP inner circle?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure
He's
you're
supposed to be there. Yeah, he's there.
Okay, so if you are in our MLSP inner circle, be sure to understand that you don't want to talk to regular people, okay? Because they're not targeted,
They're not.
right? They're not qualified for your time because they're not quality prospects,
They're not.
right? If I'm in network marketing, I'm going to focus on other network marketers. If I'm into affiliate marketing, I'm going to focus on other affiliate marketers. If I'm into meditation, I'm going to go after all the leaders who are into meditation to bring them into my world, because those are other people who meditate as well, right?
Is it starting to click now, Tracy?
If I want to lose weight,
Right.
I'm going to go to all the people on the top channels in YouTube,
Yes.
and I'm going to focus on attracting all those people by looking at what they're creating content about, and I'm going to create the same kind of content, and guess what? I'm going to attract those people with the same keywords, same tags, same everything else, right? I'll have my own unique title, but the keyword would be the same because nobody owns the keyword, right? So, and we could attract that audience specifically into our world. If this channel is about losing weight, which it isn't, I would literally go after every leader who is literally crushing it on YouTube, who's helping people lose weight. And then that audience becomes mine as well. And guess what? Then I give value on how to lose weight. And when I do that, the message is matching to the market.
Right.
This is the big deal about being in Inner Circle and MLSP with us. You get to learn this stuff. You get to understand this stuff.
Yes.
It's so vital. I've known this since the beginning. It's one of the first things I learned.
Right.
It was like mandatory to understand this stuff. If you don't know this stuff, you're going to keep spinning your wheels and you're going to be trying to convince someone who is not in that circle.
The golden rule is not everybody is your prospect. Not everybody wants your product or service or be a part of your business. As a partner, you try to sell everyone, you sell no one.
Bingo. And that's what I made a video about it the other day. I was like, in the beginning, I tried to sell to everyone, and I realized like I wasn't selling shit. I mean, when I really focused on learning target marketing, that's when everything changed, guys.
Right.
That's when autopilot sales started coming in. That's when automatic leads started coming in. That's when my business started to grow. And I formed great relationships for that reason. So don't ever try to convince someone to join your business.
No.
Okay?
You're in the education business. This is not about convincing anybody that what our industry does, it works, and we know it works. We've gotten results from it. But you don't need to convince anyone. If you're in the convincing business, then you need to start changing your mindset, because every single person you come into contact with, you're going to try to convince them that this is what you do, this is what you love, and they're going to look at you like you're absolutely nuts because they have no idea and how to comprehend what is it that we do in this industry.
And here's the thing. I mean, when we are, and I don't mean like if you have regular people that have an interest, okay, that's fine.
Willing.
If they're willing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That's targeted in a way because that's people who have an interest in what you got to offer.
But if you're trying to recruit your boss, he's not cut out for this unless he was once exposed to a network marketing opportunity in the past.
Exactly. See? It's all about being targeted. It's all about being targeted. Now, you can branch out to other targets, but that's a little advanced strategy.
Okay, what else do we have here?
Felicity Lawn says, okay, I am in the process of doing my keyword research. I have people I am stalking, laugh out loud. Hey, it's the work is already done.
We've had people that stalk us. And Felicity, when you continue to learn through our curriculum inside the coaching program that we put together that you're a part of, you're going to learn how you don't ever have to be hunting for people and then you become the hunted and people are looking for you. Isn't that a much better way to build a business? Is that people are flocking and looking for you versus you having to go and stalk them. You shouldn't have to stalk anybody. To be honest with you, I've built and recruited way over 3,000 people with online marketing without ever having to prospect a single person. They literally come to me through attraction marketing.
For me, when I stalk someone, I stalk leaders and I study.
Yes.
That's how I stalk. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get out of that mindset of I have to stalk people. You don't have to stalk no one. You've got technology. If you learn digital marketing skills, if you learn how to be a marketer online, you will be equipped with the right foundation that you will never ever have to prospect a single soul. Why? Because you're going to learn how to create content and market online where people are going to find you through your content and want to get involved with your business.
I see Priscilla Schway says, also seen your Greg today. Not sure what she means by that. She said replay.
I think she's talking about the virtual summit, the one that we spoke on, and then Greg Davison was speaking on too.
All right. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
We were part of that, and it was 21 total speakers, top experts in the industry of network marketing and internet marketing, to be exact. And we were part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were part of that. So I'm glad you were there. Awesome. Glad thing you actually watched the replay. It's cool.
Felicity Long says, I am learning so much. She goes, yes, I'm learning so much.
Good, Felicity, and keep
Awesome.
coming to these YouTube, actual, trainings that we're doing here on YouTube on our channel on Freedom by Design. Freedom by Design was put together so that we could provide that education for you and help inspire you and give you some better tips than most people out there are just literally making big, wide confusion, and it's not really helping you make a difference in your business. Like right now, today, these are practical tips that you could put into like right now action and watch what happens to your business. Watch exactly what's going to happen to the results that you have in your network marketing opportunity. You're going to see an absolute slight change just from adding what we share every single day when we come here.
All right, guys.
I think Diane Robbins said you have to be 18 to join SAN, correct? Or is it 21?
No, it's 18.
No, it's 18 years old. Yeah, you have to be 18.
Okay, guys, so we took some questions today. I want to thank you so much for stopping by this live, and stay tuned for more lives in the near future. We have a live coming up tomorrow as well. More network marketing training to help you grow your network marketing business. Okay, we use this, live platform. It's really like our own video podcasting. Okay, so you can see us, our episodes, and what we talk about, and things like that. And it's a lot of great information, a lot of value, and things like that. And guys, if you really have been enjoying this content, and you really, are like, wow, I'm finally getting some value, I'm finally getting the information I've been looking for, make sure you click on that big red button, subscribe, and smash that likes button. And be sure, more importantly, guys, every single one of you, when you're watching the replay as well, comment below and let us know what you think about the content, okay? And also make sure that you click on that notification bell so you can be updated, and it'll let you know when we have our lives coming up, okay? And also, guys, if you're looking to, totally explode your network marketing business, click on the link below and uncover the network marketing lie, so that way you can find out how to crush it in your business today and not tomorrow, okay? So with that being said, guys, my name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Anastasia Halls, better known as Coach Ace.
And thank you guys so much for stopping by this live. Stay tuned for more great content tomorrow at what time?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, guys. Love you, appreciate you, and we'll see you.
See you tomorrow. Bye.